For most people like me, 6 to 8 miles is a tough workout, but for elite runners like Shaq, 6 to 8 miles is an easy recovery day. These original brick walls were all that was left after the fire, but thick layers of concrete were added for stabilization to make sure this building would be around for a long time. Linehan has the NFL in his sights and has been working on his traditional punting methods under the new BYU coaching staff. Live at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, Madison Nield, 11 Sports. Visitors who weren't able to get tickets in advance can take a chance waiting here in the standby line, but the wait times vary depending on the time of day. Whether hitting the track,
I've been told by a lot of people that I wouldn't be able to do both,
or hitting the books,
I give my heart fully to both.
BYU track sprinter Kaylee Packham gives it her all.
I just decided that I was going to.
The hurdler and 400-meter runner has managed to keep a 3.97 GPA while being part of the rigorous nursing program.
I would find a way to make it work.
For Packham, making it work often means putting in a solo workout here on the track after working a long 12-hour shift at the hospital.
Like, track is such a huge part of my life now, but nursing is such a huge part of my future.
Trevor Wilson oversees the academic services offered to approximately 600 Cougar athletes each year. Wilson says many of them face a major adjustment at BYU as they make the leap to a higher level of competition in both academics and athletics.
Sports has been a great motivating factor in their lives. Now when they get to Brigham Young University, they have to have that same equal energy for their classroom as well.
Wilson says a scholastic hurdle for student athletes is their time is not always in their control. There are certain times they have to be at practice or on the road.
It's just always funny trying to submit assignments in the airport and then you don't get Wi-Fi and it's like a panic.
While most sporting events last a few hours, track meets can span 3 days. That means long road trips and lots of missed classes. Track academic All-American Mark Carlson knows that all too well.
It can be difficult, especially when you do a lot of teamwork. In advertising, you do a lot of stuff in groups, and that's tough having to explain to your group, like, look guys, I'm going to be gone.
But for both athletes, having a passion for school and sport makes it all worth it.
I think I'm blessed to be involved with things that I really enjoy, and that helps me kind of stay focused when I'm tired.
With the upcoming draft next week, Lexi Rydalch will become only the 4th Cougar women's basketball player to take her talents to the next level. I talked with her and her husband to see what that means to them. While little boys across the globe shoot hoops in their backyard or imitate the flashy moves of their favorite NBA player, some little girls dream of stepping onto the court and sinking three-pointers in a different league.
I have a big goal to be successful at the next level. I want to, as much as I can, make an immediate impact in the WNBA.
5'10" senior guard Lexi Rydalch is making those dreams come true. She just wrapped up a legendary BYU basketball career. Her list of accomplishments is miles long and includes honors like back-to-back-to-back first-team WCC accolades, WCC Player of the Year, All-America nods, and becoming the WCC's all-time leading scorer.
I knew I would be very invested as a husband, but it's been the greatest ride.
The whopping 24 points per game Lexi put up this year caused many WNBA teams to take notice. She says about half of the league's 12 teams have come and watched her play in person. So when the draft takes place next week, Lexi and her husband will be awaiting their fate.
I've been coming every day and getting shots up. My husband comes with me and rebounds with me, and then we usually play one-on-one together.
Which is actually how their relationship got started. Trevor was a practice player for the women's team.
That was his way to kind of ask me out, was to challenge me to a one-on-one game, and he knew he could get me because I wouldn't turn it down.
And the rest was history. They don't go easy on each other. Lexi says it's preparation for the pounding she will take in the WNBA, but it's also good quality time together.
It's fun to have that basketball common ground. It's awesome.
The WNBA season runs through the summer, but most players supplement their salary by playing professionally overseas in the winter. The Rydalches plan on being in Europe starting in the fall for Lexi to play professionally there.
This is just a fun and important time in her life, an incredible opportunity, and everything will end up working out.
Trevor sees his wife making an impact beyond the court as well.
It's always been a platform for Lexi to share goodness and to do good, especially for the young women. And so that's what we hope to continue to be able to do as we move on into this next stage.
The mock drafts have Rydalch going early to mid-second round. We'll find out what city our Cougar star will be playing in when the draft airs on ESPN next Thursday, April 14th. Bryant? Built in 1883, burnt to the ground in 2010, reborn in 2016. The Provo City Center Temple stands as an impressive mix of classic architecture and modern construction techniques.
To have this building come out of the ashes and become such an incredible feature. I don't know that there's been a building like this built in America in 100 years.
Locals got to see the progression of each phase of construction, but one BYU construction management student got his hands dirty working on the actual project.
I grew up in Provo. I grew up going to the Tabernacle with my family, and it played a huge impact in my life having the Tabernacle close by. So being a part of the construction was amazing.
Moffitt works for Jacobson Construction. The LDS Church contracted the Salt Lake City-based company to complete the temple project. He got an inside look at the intricate process of rebuilding the old tabernacle. The structure needed a boost of modern technology to survive, while the architectural style and even the decor inside stayed true to its Victorian roots. These original brick walls were all that was left after the fire, but thick layers of concrete were added for stabilization to make sure this building would be around for a long time. However, those extremely thick walls meant less space to install modern heating, air conditioning, and electrical systems.
Coming up with a new floor plan, being able to fit all of your mechanical, your electrical, and your plumbing, all those things into this small space is really difficult.
One of the biggest changes is one you can't see from the outside. The building's downtown location made parking an issue, so engineers hoisted up what was left of the outside walls onto stilts to make room for an underground parking garage, all 7 million pounds of it. After pulling off those feats of engineering, the final step was the finishes.
All the finishes that are in the temple are very exotic. You have the wood that's from Africa, it's African mahogany. You have stone from Spain. So just the fact of if you're short material or if you need more material, it's not a go to Home Depot and get a new one.
Now restored to its former glory, the Provo City Center Temple has come full circle. In Provo, Madison Nield, 11 News.